me ask you a question. Why are you interested in applying to our medical school? I feel like this is a question that when you see it on your secondary application as that essay question, it's really intimidating. I was just talking to one of my students, and what she said is that the honest answer would be, well, I just want to go to medical school, so that's why I'm interested in your medical school, and please take me. So that may be the honest answer, but they're looking for a little bit more than that. So I know this is a question that's really intimidating. And one of the things I want to do in this video is walk you through an approach for how you can create your secondary essay to really highlight your own strengths and interests and qualities and really try to tie it in with what the school is seeking as well. It's not about changing yourself or misrepresenting yourself in any way. It's really about looking at yourself and your interests, strengths, and goals, and really researching the school to learn about where you and the school align. Now, I have to say that one thing to be really cautious about here is that we've seen a lot of generic responses. So think about how you might answer this question. So you might say something along the lines of, why are you interested in our school? Well, I know that your school has just a fantastic program, that the faculty are very involved with the students. In talking to students, I know that there's lots of opportunities for research, for me to get involved, and I think that there would be just some fantastic opportunities here. So if you think to yourself, could any other student have written that essay? The answer is yes. What I just said was very generic, and that really represents a missed opportunity, and it's going to be hard to be memorable if that's what you're writing about. So let's get a little bit deeper into what we recommend you write in this secondary essay. So I'm based in Houston, Texas, and I'm on the clinical faculty of Baylor College of Medicine and the McGovern Medical School. So a lot of the students that I've worked with have been applying to schools in Texas. Now I want you to think for a moment on some of the schools that they're applying to. They're applying to Baylor College of Medicine, which is a top-ranked, nationally known medical school, the heavy research focus that's centered in the Texas Medical Center, the largest medical center in the world. Some of my students are also applying to the University of Houston Medical School, which is a newer school that's really focused on providing care for underserved communities in the city. Some students are also applying to Texas A&M University, which really has as its mission caring for underserved communities in rural healthcare especially. And then there's the new medical school in Texas, the University of Texas Tyler, which is really focused on rural underserved communities in East Texas. Now, I have had students who have written responses that can cover all four of those schools, even though they have a very different mission, but who can genuinely, authentically make the case that they are applying to that school out of a genuine interest and that they would be a strong student for that school. So how do you do that? Well, there's 4 steps that I recommend. I always tell my students that you have to be both a treasure hunter and Sherlock Holmes. When I say treasure hunter, you have to be able to uncover the treasure that is in your own past in terms of your activities and your experiences and the things that you've been interested in and involved with. So that's step 1. Reflection. Step 2 is where you're Sherlock Holmes. You are researching the medical school. You want to really find out what are they known for and what do they wish to be known for. Step 3 is to really search for those areas of commonality between you and what you value and the school and what it's aiming for. And then step 4 is to picture your future. What is your vision for your future? And how can the school help you get there? So those are the 4 main steps, and let me go into each of these just a little bit deeper. So step 1 is reflection, and as I mentioned, you have to be a treasure hunter. So you really want to go back and look at your past experiences. And this really covers a lot. This might be your work experiences, your volunteer, your extracurricular, the classes that you took, your hobbies, your personal interests. All of those say a lot about your mission, your values, your goals, your accomplishments, your experiences. And I want you to remember that you're not just focusing on what you accomplished, you're also thinking about what drew you to these activities or experiences in the first place, because that says a lot about what you're seeking and working towards. In fact, I actually have my students fill out a worksheet where they are reflecting on their activities. I call it an activity analysis worksheet. And if you're interested, this is found on our website, which is thesuccessfulmatch.com. We have an entire section devoted to resources to helping pre-med students. But if you look at that activity analysis, that'll help you uncover a lot about your interests, your strengths, your goals. I have to say that I think step one is probably the step that takes the longest, but it's really the most valuable, because what you uncover here is going to help you with all of your secondary essays, no matter how diverse the medical schools that you're going to be applying to are. So for step two, you're going to be researching the school. So I like to say that you're going to be Sherlock Holmes, because when I say researching the school, this is probably going to take you way more time than you envisioned. Because I think a lot of people, when I say research the school, they go on the website, they talk to some people, they talk to their mentors, and this might take a while, but what I'm talking about is to go even deeper than that. So I have a worksheet on our website called Researching a Medical School, and I talk about the AEIOU approach, which is a really cute acronym. So I was really proud of myself for coming up with that. But when you think about the AEIOU approach, A stands for aims. What are the aims of the school? What is its mission? What is it working towards? E stands for excellence. What does the school describe as its areas of excellence? I stands for initiatives. This is very important. What is the school describing as upcoming initiatives, or what is it currently working on? O is also very important because it's opportunities. What are some opportunities that you would find here that you might not find anywhere else? And then U stands for undergraduate medical curriculum, or undergraduate education, which refers to the medical curriculum. Is there anything unique about that curriculum, or is there anything that you find yourself particularly drawn to with that curriculum? So if you've got your worksheet for these 4 medical schools, and you're going to fill it out for all 4 medical schools, how do you fill it out? Well, to start with, you're going to start with the website. So if you go to the website for Texas A&M University Medical School, and I've been to the website recently because I was working with one of my students and we were looking at the website. They have a fantastic website, and right there at the front, they talk about their 3 main goals. So right there on the homepage, they talk about rural healthcare, underserved populations. So, and then they talk about other aims that they have. So right there, you're going to learn a lot from the website. I also want you to specifically go beyond the homepage. I want you to look at press releases, because that can tell you a lot about what the school is proud of and what they are working towards. It can tell you about new initiatives or honors that faculty have received. And then beyond that, it is important to talk to students, current students, students who have graduated. It's also very helpful to talk to alumni, and even your own mentors can tell you about what they know about the school and perhaps the reputation of the school. So all of those are very helpful when you're researching the school. And as I mentioned, if you start to look at those 4 different schools, if you're filling out a worksheet for each one, there's definitely going to be some commonalities between those 4 schools, but you're also going to start to get a much deeper, richer picture of how these schools are really different and the opportunities at each one that you're not going to be able to find anywhere else. So step 2, researching the school. So step 3 is about demonstrating fit. So the question that you're being asked in your essay is, why are you applying to our medical school? Well, step three is where you really pull all your research together. So, why would this medical school be the perfect place for you to achieve your future goals? Alternatively, why would you be the perfect student to help this medical school reach its future goals? This is where you really want to talk about those areas of alignment. So, if you have a particular interest in serving in underserved, if you have a particular interest in providing patient care to underserved populations, you might, for one school, really talk about how their focus on rural healthcare is something that really interests you, and you have a particular interest in telemedicine. And so that ties into what they're seeking. And that interest in telemedicine could also dovetail nicely with a school that's really interested, with a medical school that's really interested in providing care to underserved communities in an urban setting. So you can start to see how you're really looking for those areas of alignment and fit, and really wanting to write about how your interests, strengths, and goals align with the school's interests, strengths, and mission. Step four now is to picture your future. And when I say picture your future, I'm not really talking about what specialty you're interested in, but I am talking about what kind of physician and what kind of patient care you wish to provide in the future. And you can now talk about how the school can help you achieve that vision of the type of future physician and patient care that you wish to provide. So this is, a little bit of a bonus, but I think it's really wonderful if you can pull that into your essay about the type of patient care, the type of physician, the type of values that you wish to be manifesting in your future medical career. So that's step four, picture your future. So to tie it all together, I want you to picture yourself as a member of the admissions committee at a medical school. You are literally looking at hundreds of admissions essays. And these essays can sometimes perhaps start to blend together. Why this medical school? I think it would be a fantastic opportunity. You have all of these wonderful offerings. You really want to stay away from those generic responses. Now, instead, think about how talking about your own background and your own interests and how that ties into the school. Think about how memorable that would be if you were an admissions officer. So that's really what you want to do. You want to genuinely speak about what you are seeking in your medical education and what you are seeking in your future medical career, to really focus that in your essay and how that ties into what the school is aiming for in its future physicians. So I know this is a challenging and intimidating essay prompt, but I wish you all the best. I'm Dr. Rajani Katta, and if you'd like more resources for your pre-med journey, please visit us at our website, which is thesuccessfulmatch.com. Good luck.